Confessions 13. But as yet we are light with faith only, not with a clear view. For our salvation is founded upon the hope of something. Hope would not be hope at all if its object were in view. Deep still calls to deep, but now the call is made amid the roar of the floods you send. Even Paul, who says I had to approach you as men with natural, not with spiritual thoughts, tells us that he does not claim to have the mastery already, but forgetting what he has left behind and intent on what lies before him, he goes sighing and heavy-hearted. His soul thirsts for the living God as a deer for running water, and asks, shall I never again make my pilgrimage into God's presence? He longs for the shelter of that home which heaven will give him. He calls upon those who are sunk deeper than himself in the abyss, and tells them you must not fall in with the manners of this world. There must be an inward change, a remaking of your minds. Do not be content to think childish thoughts. Keep the innocence of children with the thoughts of grown men. Senseless Galatians, who is it that has cast the spell on you? But now it is not Paul's voice that speaks these words. It is your voice that calls to us. For you have sent your Spirit from on high through Christ, who ascended into heaven and opened the floodgates of his bounty, so that the flowing waters might enrich your city. It is for Christ that the friend of the bridegroom longs. Already he has laid his spiritual harvest in Christ's keeping, but still he groans in his heart, waiting for that adoption which is the ransoming of our bodies from their slavery. He longs for Christ, for he is a member of the church, the bride of Christ. His love for Christ is great, for he is the bridegroom's friend, and his great love is for Christ, not for himself. For it is not in his own voice, but amid the roar of the floods you send, that he calls upon those who are sunk deeper than himself in the abyss. And this is because in his great love of Christ he fears for them. He knows that the serpent beguiled Eve with his cunning, and he fears that in the same way their minds may be corrupted and lose that innocence which is theirs in Christ, our bridegroom, your only begotten Son. How bright a light of beauty will shine before our eyes when we see Christ as he is, and gone are those tears, which are still my diet, morning and evening, as daily I listen to the taunt. Where is your God now?